I hope Logan becomes pregnant soon. Will it be Liam's or Carter's baby? In a record-breaking amount of time, Hope Logan, Annika Noel, from The Bold and the Beautiful has gone from social outcast to most eligible bachelorette. Hope was the most despised woman in Los Angeles only a few weeks ago. On the CBS soap opera, two guys are currently competing for her affections. Will Hope eventually find out that she is also expecting? Read on to find out. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Hope Logan's new predicament. Hope Logan and Carter Walton were predicted to be the most unexpected and sexiest coupling on the soap opera in 2024. However, Liam Spencer suddenly made the decision that he wanted his ex-wife back. This week's B&B spoilers indicate that Liam will surprise Hope with a passionate kiss and make a big show of convincing her to accept him back. Before long, the ex-partners will be sleeping together. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, is Logan's pregnancy imminent? Will it be Carter or Liam's child? In the meantime, Carter and Hope's romance is progressing rapidly, according to the writers of The Bold and Beautiful. It's reasonable to suppose that Hope will have sex with both men within a month. We are all aware of what that implies. No one on B&B has had a baby on the way for a few years. Additionally, since everyone enjoys a good Who's Your Daddy plot, now is the ideal time to start baking. Spoilers for B&B, will Dr. Finn Finnegan save the day? Hope would have the ideal justification to make a very covert visit to Dr. Finn's office if she did end up getting pregnant. Finn will have to make time in his schedule for headache massages if Hope Logan finds out she doesn't know who her baby daddy is. When Catherine Kelly Lang's character Brooke Logan advised her daughter to move on with Finn, she most likely meant with just one man. Would you rather see Hope with Liam or Carter? Steffi's audacious step to terminate Hope's line after Carter's secret was revealed? Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, dissecting the drama, Steffi's audacious step to terminate Hope's line after Carter's secret is revealed? Teasers and spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful. By permanently discontinuing the Hope for the Future clothing business, Steffi Forrester hopes to harm Hope Logan. Carter Walton, however, has made a compelling case for continuing the clothing line. Jackie gave some hints in a recent interview about spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful. Jacqueline McInnes Wood recently told TV Water Cooler that her character from B&B will react explosively to Carter and Hope's developing romance. Steffi has been searching for any excuse to stop Hope's line from being produced. Can you really blame Steffi for wanting to see it shut down after Hope's drunken kiss with her husband, John Finn Finnegan? Hope for the Future has been going through difficult circumstances since Thomas Forrester left the organization. There is currently no hint that Matthew Atkinson will be coming back, and Hope's future is bleak without Thomas as a designer. B&B spoilers, Brooke Logan attempted to persuade Finn to talk to Steffi, but it was unsuccessful. Brooke Logan is well aware that Steffi will stop at nothing to discredit her daughter's fashion brand. In fact, Brooke even asked Finn for assistance, but he refused to assist. Steffi's focus is on Hope, and while it may feel personal, it's also a business issue. The Hope for the Future line isn't doing well, Wood said in an interview. A recent discussion on B&B about the line reinforced this worry. Many people expected Steffi to shut it down right once, but to everyone's surprise, she decided to give Hope more time to make things better. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Carter Walton's valiant defense and Steffi Forrester's threat to close Hope Logan's clothing line. Following the meeting, Steffi confronted Hope and threatened to cut off contact if she didn't avoid her husband. Hope has been making an effort to let go of Finn ever since. Thankfully, she has discovered some diversions, such as a developing relationship with Carter, who has shown a keen interest in dating her. Though Hope appears to be leaning more toward Carter, Liam Spencer has returned and is keen to win her back. Carter is contacting Steffi and Ridge Forrester in the interim with the goal of securing their support for additional investments in HFTF as well as ensuring its continued viability. B&B spoilers, Carter Walton is all that Steffi Forrester has to offer. Steffi thinks Hope is trying to use Carter to save her faltering line, but Hope acknowledges that she is warning Hope not to use Carter to keep her line from closing. Similar to Brooke's bedroom, which proved to be a profitable endeavor, they were glad Steffi was unaware of their true motivations, and Hope felt at ease. Given that Ridge backed Brooke's bedroom because of his love ties, it's interesting that Carter made a parallel between the two lines. As Carter starts to feel something for Hope, he finds himself advocating for Hope for the future. Will Steffy Forrester fire Hope Logan and Carter Walton in The Bold and the Beautiful? Throughout the discussion, Steffy was pressing Carter for high sales numbers, but he kept shifting the topic to Hope and highlighting how important she is to Forrester Creations. Carter could persuade the management to invest more money and keep the line going. His insistence on Hope, however, begs the question of whether he has falsified the sales estimates to make them seem better. According to Jacqueline McInnes Wood, Steffy isn't aware of Carter and Hope's relationship, at least not yet, and it will be stunning when she finds out. She also mentioned that it jeopardizes the Forrester name, which is very significant to Steffy. She might shut down Hope's line and then terminate Carter and Hope. What does Carter's termination mean for Hope and HFTF? Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful. What does Carter's termination mean for Hope and HFTF? According to teasers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Carter Walton might be on the verge of losing his job. Carter begins to behave as if he is the owner of Forrester Creations. Regretfully, Carter is infringing on too many of his superiors' rights. Will Carter's overstepping of his bounds lead to his termination? Will Hope for the Future and Hope Logan, Annika Noel, be following him when he leaves? Carter Walton wishes to maintain the privacy of his office romance. The brave and the lovely. According to spoilers, Hope and Carter were extremely wary of a romantic relationship at work because of their past. But Carter's efforts to conceal his emotions are failing. Rather, he has everybody wondering what is happening between Hope and himself. Carter's speech praising Hope and her line is unlike any he has ever given. Carter appears to have decided that Forrester's exclusive focus should be Hope for the Future. Unfortunately, Steffy and Ridge Forrester don't agree, and Steffy will become irate when Carter asks Elektra and Ivy Forrester to present a jewelry line. Spoilers for B&B, Carter Walton inspires a boardroom argument. Then, when they are discussing the jewelry line and what to do with Hope for the Future, Carter will provoke a heated boardroom argument. Steffy thinks Carter is going too far, but he isn't giving up. If Carter doesn't agree with his supervisors rather than attempting to work around them, would his employment be at risk? Steffy will vent to Ridge since she is growing increasingly frustrated with the entire scenario. Does Ridge concur that Carter is overstepping his bounds? Is Ridge irritated enough to dismiss his COO? He's not getting any attention from the guy. Carter is attempting to discuss Steffy's and his thoughts. Is there anything Ridge can do but fire his friend? Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Hope for the Future is up next. The last time Steffy had the opportunity, she chose not to cancel Hope for the Future. Steffy chooses to cut the connection since the numbers haven't changed and Carter isn't around to counter the argument. Since Thomas left, the line has not nearly reached its full potential. The moment has come to alter the line because it has reached its end. Now that her line is gone, where will Hope go and what will she do? Is Hope going to stay with Carter and work for another fashion house? Is it possible for Hope and Carter to take a brief break? Is it possible that Hope for the Future may eventually relaunch with a different company? Brooke and Ridge are having issues with Steffy once again. According to teasers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Steffy is bothering Brooke and Ridge once more. For all the information you require, continue reading below. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Steffy is once again causing issues for Brooke and Ridge. Because Hope Logan's Hope for the Future line was not bringing in any money for Forrester Creations, Steffy decided to discontinue it. But Brooke will interpret this as a personal jab at her daughter Hope. And before you know it, Ridge Forrester and Brooke will be at odds over Steffy's conduct since they will both be standing up for their daughters. The situation will worsen to the point where some B&B fans have even speculated that the couple may split up again. It goes without saying that a lot of B&B fans express their opinions on social media. So, if this spoiler plays out, then Ridge has learned absolutely nothing from all his past waffling and the great amount of pain he causes others. All those other times they tried the same storyline, some of the commenters expressed. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, what will happen to Ridge and Brooke next? HFTF is going down the tubes. Hope has had time to try to make it prosperous again, but it just ain't happening, observed another critic. Now that HFTF is coming to an end, businesses are canceling orders. Brooke must see things from a commercial, not a personal, perspective. Most businesses won't keep throwing money into something that just isn't working, was another criticism that was made. That is the reality, but since the writers are the only ones creating this universe, it is ridiculous and fantastical. If Brooke looked at the balance sheets and saw that orders were being cancelled, you would think she would be aware of this. To figure out what will happen next, fans will obviously just need to watch The Bold and the Beautiful every single day. Keep an eye on this area. What are your thoughts on this story, lovers of The Bold and the Beautiful? Feel free to add some buzz to our comments section and share your thoughts with us. Steffy Forrester is no stranger to drama, power struggles, and passionate confrontations on The Bold and the Beautiful. As one of the most influential and headstrong characters, her position in the Forrester family and company has often put her in the crosshairs of various conflicts. But now, Steffy's latest actions suggest that she is officially on the warpath. Her fierce determination to protect her family, maintain control at Forrester Creations, and ensure her dominance in both her professional and personal life has reached new heights. Her actions are not only creating shockwaves throughout her family but also among her friends and colleagues. Steffy's growing frustration and anger are driving her to make bold, risky decisions that could drastically alter the landscape of the Forrester world. ## professional pressure at Forrester Creations. One of the primary reasons for Steffy's escalating aggression is the increasing pressure she's facing at Forrester Creations. As co-CEO, she's always had to juggle her family's legacy while navigating corporate competition, internal conflicts, and personal struggles. Recently, the dynamics at Forrester have shifted in unsettling ways, particularly with Carter Walton making bold moves that Steffy sees as overstepping boundaries. While Carter has always been a trusted legal advisor and confidant, his growing influence within the company, especially in the fashion division, has begun to irk Steffy. Carter's recent decisions, including advocating for new jewelry line pitches from Ivy Forrester and Elektra, have Steffy feeling increasingly sidelined. She fears that Carter is taking liberties and making executive decisions that should be hers to make. While Carter believes his intentions are pure and focused on helping Forrester Creations thrive, Steffy sees it as a power grab, a betrayal of her trust, and an intrusion into her carefully constructed vision for the company. Her anger toward Carter is compounded by her concerns about how his personal relationship with Hope Logan might be influencing his professional judgment. Steffy's warpath begins with this mounting tension between her and Carter, which threatens to boil over into an all-out battle for control at Forrester Creations. ## personal betrayal and family drama. Beyond the corporate pressure, Steffy's personal life is also contributing to her explosive behavior. The growing connection between Carter and Hope has caught her attention, and it's something she cannot ignore. Steffy has a long, complicated history with Hope, one that has been marked by rivalry, jealousy, and competition for love and attention. Though Steffy has settled into her marriage with Finn, her residual feelings of distrust toward Hope remain strong. Seeing Hope and Carter together, especially after the drama Hope has endured with Liam Spencer, brings up unresolved emotions for Steffy. Steffy's warpath is fueled by the perception that Hope is once again invading her world. Hope's involvement with Carter feels like a direct challenge to Steffy's authority, both in the company and within the Forrester family. For years, Steffy has tried to distance herself from the rivalry with Hope, but it seems that every time she tries to move past it, something pulls them back into conflict. Now, with Hope and Carter's romance heating up, Steffy is feeling an intense desire to reassert her dominance and protect what she sees as hers. ## the Ridge and Taylor factor. Steffy's fierce protectiveness also extends to her family, particularly her parents, Ridge Forrester and Taylor Hayes. The ongoing emotional turmoil between Ridge, Brooke Logan, and Taylor has left Steffy feeling like she's constantly fighting to keep her family intact. Steffy has always been her mother's biggest advocate, and the idea that Ridge might drift back to Brooke after everything Taylor has been through infuriates her. She's watched her mother suffer from heartbreak for years, and the thought of Ridge wavering once again in his commitment to Taylor is more than Steffy can tolerate. Steffy's warpath isn't just about defending her career, it's about defending her mother and ensuring that Ridge doesn't fall back into old patterns with Brooke. She knows that if she doesn't step in, history might repeat itself, and she's unwilling to let that happen. Her protective instincts have kicked into overdrive, and she's prepared to fight anyone who threatens her mother's happiness, even if it means going up against her father. Steffi's determination to keep Ridge and Taylor together is driving many of her decisions, and it's a key reason why she's so intensely focused on shutting down any potential threats to her family's stability. #### manipulating the players. Steffi's strategy in this warpath isn't just about direct confrontation, it's also about manipulation and control. She's been subtly influencing those around her, pushing them toward decisions that align with her goals. Whether it's using her position of power at Forrester to undermine Carter or subtly planting doubts in Finn's mind about Hope's motives, Steffi is pulling the strings behind the scenes. She's a master at playing the long game, and she's willing to manipulate situations to ensure that she comes out on top. Her interactions with other Forrester family members, particularly her brother Thomas, have also taken on a more calculating edge. She knows that Thomas is still vulnerable when it comes to his feelings for Hope, and she's not above using that to her advantage. By subtly encouraging Thomas to focus on his work and distance himself from Hope, Steffi hopes to weaken Hope's influence both at Forrester and in the family dynamic. Steffi's ability to manipulate the key players in her life is a powerful weapon in her arsenal as she fights to maintain control. #### the final straw. As tensions continue to rise, it's clear that Steffi is on a collision course with those who stand in her way. Whether it's Carter, Hope, or even her own father, Steffi's warpath shows no signs of slowing down. Her anger and frustration are reaching a boiling point, and it seems inevitable that she will take drastic action to protect her interests. The question now is, how far will Steffi go? Will she sabotage Hope and Carter's relationship, undermine Carter's position at Forrester, or confront her father about his wavering commitment to Taylor? Steffi's warpath is a complex mix of personal and professional battles, all fueled by her fierce desire to protect her family and maintain control over her life. Her need for power, stability, and respect has driven her to make increasingly bold and aggressive decisions, and the consequences of those decisions are likely to ripple throughout the Forrester family and Forrester creations. As Steffi's actions escalate, viewers are left wondering how far she'll go and what the fallout will be for everyone involved. In the end, Steffi's warpath could lead to her greatest victory or her greatest downfall. As she continues to push those around her to their limits, she risks alienating the people she cares about most. Her desire to control every aspect of her life may backfire, leaving her isolated and vulnerable. But knowing Steffi, she won't go down without a fight. Whether she's defending her mother, protecting her position at Forrester, or battling old rivals like Hope, Steffi is prepared to do whatever it takes to come out on top.